Hi, this is Richard, and I'm going to go over some quick Blender tutorials and things just to get up and started. So first, you're going to click on Blender once you've installed it. And if you're absolutely new, you'll come up to this. I'm using Blender 2.7, and you'll click off of that, and now you've got this cube. It'll look pretty much like this. All these buttons everywhere, pretty confusing, and this cube, and this little round thing over here, this thing over here, and then you try to click, and, well, you can move this little circle. You can't click on that or that, and maybe, oh look, I'm moving the cube. How did I do that? So we're going to go over navigation today so you can learn how to move around in the program, and then we'll make this video pretty quick so that you can move on to other things as you need them. And you can just skip over this if you don't, but then why would you even hear that? So let's go ahead and get started. To move around, you select things with the right mouse button. So now, with the right mouse button, I can select this is a lamp, this is a camera, and this is your starting cube. Right mouse button selects, and scroll wheel, hold it down, hold down the scroll wheel, and you can rotate your camera around your selected pivot point, rotation point. And then scroll the mouse wheel, scrolling up zooms you in, scrolling out, down zooms you out. So we can use this to move around, and these little arrows, if you left click one, you can drag this cube around. So that's all good and handy. And now you see blue is up and down, that's the axis, or axis. Green is left and right, that's the y-axis, and red is front and back, that's the x-axis. And this little guy that you're moving around with the left mouse click is your 3D cursor. Now you can also hold Control and grab the mouse wheel, just click the mouse wheel. Now moving the mouse zooms you in and out. I just like to use the mouse wheel scrolling. And then you can also hold Shift, this one's really handy, and then hold your mouse wheel, and that will pan you around. See, now I'm zooming in and out on a different center point, and I'm rotating around a different center point. And if you get really lost, let's say you go way over here, and you can't get back to your cube, and zooming in, you kind of stop zooming in, press period on your number pad. That'll jump you back to focused around whatever you have selected. And of course you can always come up here to File and New, Reload Startup File, and you're back to where you started. So that's basically how you move around in Blender. You move your camera, pan the camera with Shift, middle mouse button, rotate it with middle mouse button, zoom in and out by scrolling the middle mouse wheel, and then you can also select things with right mouse click. One other thing that I will show you is a few different views. So you can go into, see right here it says user perspective. There are some defined perfect views where we're only looking at things from one vanishing point, so that you see here how this bottom side is shorter than this top side. That's because we have a vanishing point that goes straight down. We have one that goes out this way and one that goes out this way to give us this 3D perspective that you'll notice in most video games. We can hit 5 on the number pad to change it to orthographic, and that's only one vanishing point, and now the bottom and top sides are the same length, and these sides are parallel, and these sides are parallel. So it's a much easier way to work around some objects that are all different scales, that all need to be proportioned in a certain way. And also, you'll notice if I zoom in, it's like I'm using a telephoto lens. Everything just becomes bigger. But if I hit 5 again to go out of this, into user perspective, I zoom in, the cube will break, and we can see inside of it now because I'm too close. I'm actually zooming, moving my camera into this little center point, that yellow dot. So those are some basics, and other numbers on the number pad will do other things, like 7 shows you from the top orthographic. You're looking straight down on the cube. 1 is from the front, and again you can look up here to see where you're looking at it. And 3 is from the right, and these are really handy when you get into modeling, especially what we call quad view. Now this one's a bit more difficult. Let me turn on screencast keys real quick. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about it right now. I'm going to hit Control-Alt-Q. Now you can see the buttons that I just hit to go into this mode, and I have top, front, and right. So when I start modeling things, I can see it from 3 different perfect perspectives. If I have to nudge it just a little bit, I can get things just the way I want. And this here is the camera perspective, so that when I create an image, it's going to be everything inside that red box. We'll talk about that a lot later on. So to get back out of this, I'll just hit Control-Alt-Q again, and now I'm back out. And then if I'm in a perfect view, like front or top, I can just hold my middle mouse wheel and rotate it, and now I'm back in user perspective. So I hope this has gotten you started moving around your little cube. I know you can't really do anything with it yet. We'll get to that in a couple of later videos. Thanks for watching.